You think of the MEA testing where the schools come around with their snacks once or twice a year. If it's that important for standardized testing, why isn't it that important every single day? I'm a huge believer of this, and I see a big difference with the students. Having the breakfast cart is much less disruptive than having a hungry child that can't focus on their work. I can't imagine, coming in here and having to wait to eat if they haven't even eaten the night before, and some of them haven't, unfortunately.
You can't learn if your brain is stressed out, and if you're hungry, your brain is going to be stressed out.
Now it's part of our routine. It's a positive part of it. If we don't have it, the students or teachers will call me or ask, "Hey, Mr. Roberts, is the breakfast cart today?" They're I don't know if they're counting on it, but it's pretty close.
Probably do about 15 to 20 classrooms within an hour, usually closer to 45 minutes. We have plenty of time to get ready for lunch. Once you get used to it, it's a pretty quick setup and breakdown. It goes pretty smoothly once you get the flow of it.
It's easy. It's just part of the day. We just go through and we do what we need.
The difference in the children, I think, is well worth the little bit of effort it takes. Working together really makes all the difference in the world.
Our greatest defense against hunger in this nation is tapping into our federal resources that are available. The best way to do this is to do alternative service delivery models. Breakfast after the bell, having a breakfast cart, doing breakfast in the classroom. That's the best way we can ensure everyone is being fed, from our free reduced kids to the highest income bracket.
We started this breakfast cart in 1994. Our breakfast count doubled in the very first week. After that, teachers started asking us to stop at some of their classrooms, and eventually it progressed to where we stop at all of the classrooms now, and it's been very, very successful.
But it's been a good run now on the breakfast cart. But it's been a success now for quite a few years. We're trying all sorts of ways to feed the kiddos. We have about 470 to 500 students, and the numbers were fairly small, 30, 40 most mornings. And we have a lot of students travel long ways on their bus trips, up to an hour with our 3 towns, and we were just trying to figure out the best way to help feed them that didn't disrupt the education momentum. You get a lot of concerns. Is it the microscopes? Is it a lab? Is it a test? What might be going on where all of a sudden someone comes barging in with a breakfast cart? If it's really one of those days where you should stay away, remember they can put a sign up, and that's been a non-issue.
I remember when they were first talking about we were going to be doing this breakfast cart, kind of wondering, well, I teach science, I do labs, we have chemicals, how is that going to work? And it's actually worked pretty easily and pretty seamlessly. If we're doing something like reading, if the kids can just eat while we're reading. If it's a lab, they can't sit at the table, but they still need to eat. So I just have them scoot back, and they know that as long as they're going to be eating, they're not going to be touching any of the chemicals. And we've got a sink here, so it's very easy to wash hands afterwards. We've got a recycling bin for the little paper boats, and the kids know they pick up after themselves. It's just roll with it. They're just happy that they get to have something to eat. And I think that's important. These kids can't work if they're hungry. How can you focus? If we can do it in a science class, anybody can do it.
And the truth is, in the beginning, I was kind of against it. I thought it was going to interrupt my classes. Kind of one of those things, what do we have to do now? But it doesn't interrupt my classes. It's not disruptive because I know when they're coming. They're coming the same time every single day. If we're going to be testing, we could put a sign on the door and the kids are able to pick up their breakfast on the way to the classroom. So it doesn't disrupt anything. They're really great about it. Also, you worry about waste. Are they going to put milk in the garbage? I have this garbage where I basically put my papers, and it says right on it, please no milk cartons, food products. The kids are really great at that. They throw it in the other garbage. The custodians can come in and empty that. They only have to empty this once a week because it's clean trash, if there's such a thing. For as much as I wasn't into it in the beginning, I can't imagine being without it. I think it's a great thing for everybody. I really, really do.
There was some concern with the individuals on the day-to-day routines that there would be more time spent in classrooms cleaning up. How much extra time would it take the custodians to get the job done? And it really doesn't add to the job if everybody cooperates. Every new job that we have to fit into the schedule that we already have. It doesn't seem to add any to our time. It may just add a little more to our trash capacity.
So some of the ways to improve a food service budget is to increase your participation. The higher participation, the more money's coming into your food service budget. And with that, you can get more efficient tools such as the technology system, which gets more kids through the line quicker. We can serve more breakfast in a shorter amount of time.
We haven't had to add on labor. It actually has pushed our counts up and made us much more efficient in the kitchen because we're feeding more meals. So we do somewhere between 150 and up just on the breakfast cart. So it has really, really added to our breakfast counts. On our breakfast menu, on the bottom, it says BC for breakfast cart, and it will name the main item, the banana bread, the whole grain breakfast bun. There also is a whole grain cinnamon roll that we use too. But we also make a lot of our own items. We make coffee cake, we make our own homemade muffins. So the menu is flexible, so it's minimally intrusive to the kitchen.
We have a menu that we go by that's put out every month. Sometimes we have some slightly different items that are just easier to serve, quicker to serve in the classroom. The routine's important. The teachers know when we're going to be there. It causes less interruption for the classes as we're expected. We do the same classrooms at the same time every day. There's two of us that usually get ready in the mornings. I start out and get the breakfast window ready and then start getting the food ready for the cart. Get the cart all set up. We put all the juice and the milk and the different items of fruit and everything on the cart. Yeah, we have 3 floors. And we use an elevator to get the cart from floor to floor. We probably do anywhere from 50 to 60 kids at the breakfast window. And then our total numbers are close to 200 kids, so the rest of that's all at the breakfast cart.
Advice, I guess, would just be to talk to your key players. You want to check in with your teachers to make sure the flow happened. Talk to your kitchen folks to check the numbers. Did we gain? Did our numbers go up? Are more kids eating? Check in with the custodians. Make sure that cleanup and pickup wasn't a major ordeal. Students help with that, and teachers help with that, and it's really been a pretty successful, easy team effort. As long as we just collaborate with each other. It's just a regular day for us.
And we would be willing to host anyone who wanted to come and take a look at the breakfast cart. We were amazed how easy and quick it goes around, and we've fed an extra 150 children. If you have questions, you can come and see our breakfast cart anytime you'd like.